This world, this region, is the world of divinity, and all the invisible stars are present here as divine stars. Divinity means there is no begging, there is no neediness. "100% contentment, 100% silent joy is the experience of each divine star. This invisible divine star is absolutely independent from the character in the drama. Very important for us to understand this independence from the drama world. This is the home, this is the main world, this is the real world. We are using 100% Paras intellect, divine intellect. Using this divine intellect, full picture is present as it is in front of me. There is a drama that is going on, and there is a world beyond the drama. Both worlds are running parallelly. Both worlds are as present and as active. Every second gives us an option to choose which world to experience. Every second is an opportunity to come beyond the drama, to stay beyond the drama, and look at the bigger picture. Any, reflections from yesterday? Any revision points from yesterday? One point each. You have to focus on the divine eye. Divine eye, yeah. The real eye, yes. Any other point?
Everything has an beginning and an end. So at the end, what thoughts are going body
Yeah,
actually start the beginning of next life.
yes. So final thoughts are, have direct impact on the next life and next birth, entire next journey, and also they have impact on current, current thoughts have impact on current genetic impressions. So online, it was Linda says there is, it's interesting to step back and observe role, observe this role. Yeah. Any other points?
Apart from the presenter's personality on the stage.
Yes, current personality, yeah, current role and current mask, and how to detach from the current role and personality. What is the technique? Travel back to, come into the, to detach from this personality, come into your real personality. Yes. So, thinking as this personality, accepting myself as this personality. So that is the first step. First step is being clear what my real personality is, and then second step is be that personality. Be that personality, the real personality. So firstly, we have to know. So we know that the real self is, never a beggar. It is never a victim. It is never a slave. Always a master. The nature is of silent peace and silent happiness. So first, being clear on what is this personality, and second step is accepting that personality and seeing from that personality, living through that personality. So the more I create those experiences, 1 minute, 2 minutes, that is the that is the success. The success is living, even 2 minutes as this personality. No begging, no needing, no slave. So that is success. And this naturally, results into security, feeling secure. And this security, feeling safe and feeling secured is the seed of everything that is good. All the goodness emerges from this seed, and all the evil, all the bad stuff emerges from insecurity. And insecurity is basically not being clear on who am I and acting from a different personality, insecure. So any other? Yes, using divine intellect helps to make the performance small and insignificant. So using the divine intellect again and again, that is the main success. Another rule for us is that our um, our mentality sort of creates reality. So reality not in the sense of outer scenes, not in the sense of outer scenes, but more of what am I experiencing. So if my mentality is of a slave, of a beggar, of a victim, so these three mentalities are the lowest um, lowest sort of position in any society. If you want to punish someone, a country wants to punish another country, so they will make those residents of those country as slave. They will treat them as slave, treat them as beggars, make them. So this is the lowest position in any society. And if this is my mentality, slave, beggar, victim, then lowest sort of experiences, lowest reality, I am living life through that reality. So mentality of the prince, of the real star, is the mentality of, you know, master. Mentality is that giver, independent from the story, beyond harm, immortal, so I am beyond harm. This mentality creates different experiences, different reality. Scenes can be, scenes can have highs and lows, but mentality is different. Observe what the body is experiencing. So this is a comment to observe what the body is experiencing. Body is because body is mortal, body is not really living. So all that I experience through the body is not experiences of the body, but they are experiences of my own mentality. So, because mentality creates reality. So, body doesn't have its own experience because body is not living. Body is immortal, sorry, mortal, and the soul is immortal. So, whatever the soul is experiencing is the mentality. Is this clear? Any comments on this? So, any, any plan to, what is your plan to increase this mentality, the divine I? What is the plan to, increase awareness of the divine I, the real I? Online, offline, what is your, how do you plan to, do this?
No. Paras.
Yeah, nourish or using the paras intellect, again and again, that will increase this mentality. Yeah. So that is the only plan, to use the paras intellect in different times during the days, again and again. So making that plan to use, yeah, paras intellect. Any other thoughts on that? Any other comments?
Meditation. Daily meditation.
Yeah. Meditation is using the paras intellect. That is what meditation is. So, understood? Yeah. Meditation means to nourish the real I. Any other thoughts from you?
Thinking of ourselves as a traveler and not
Yes. Yes.
belonging to this world.
Yes. So different, using this paras intellect through different ways, like being a guest, yes, being a traveler, being a visitor, being an observer. So this is all using the paras intellect. This is all nourishing the real I, because the essence of each one is that I don't own anything, nothing belongs to me. So that is the essence. No reaction based on outside changes. So no, no desperation, no begging based on outside, external. So one way or the other, if we practice one consciousness, then this real I is nourished, and that is our, that is our normal state, that is our natural state. So the more I, come to that state, the more I come to that state, others get inspiration to come into that state. Others will also get the courage to leave begging, to leave being a victim, to leave being a slave. So others will get that courage, that power, because this requires power. Yes, power is needed to not beg, to not be a victim, to not be a slave of these identities. One needs power. Power is needed. So all these identities, they can, they want to hijack the mind, and it can, if I don't use power, then they will continue to hijack. But knowledge gives us the power. With clarity, you get the power to nourish this real I. Yeah. Unless you know you are a slave, beggar, or victim, you won't be able to change. Once you are aware, then you can change. Yeah, absolutely. Spot on. Because unless you are clear with what is happening within me, outside, unless we are not clear, we cannot change. So we have to know what a beggar is. We have to know what this mindset is, to actually leave it, to actually do something better, choose something better. I have to have a full clarity on what this mindset is, how it operates, how it looks like. Maybe you can observe it in others, you can observe it in yourself. So either ways, the more I have the understanding of a problem, then the right medication can be taken. If I don't understand the problem, then we can say each to its own and let people live. So yeah, so we are not trying to change anyone, but to understand this ego mentality is very important for spiritual progress. The understanding the games of ego. We will go into this further. So today we want to focus on the best personality, the highest personality, and in the most beautiful thing about meditation and this Raj Yoga meditation where we are using the Paras intellect to know, nourish this I. One of the aspects is that this word God is not the central part of this meditation. It's not the central part. The word is not the central part. However, this word used in many other scriptures and in other cultures in different ways, the word God, one thing that is common everywhere is that the personality, for God, it is said God is truth. God is love and God is truth. So in every culture, in every religion, this is the explanation that is used. So for us, the central part is this personality, not the word, but the personality. So when we hear, God is truth, Satyam, Sat. So these words are used in Sanskrit, Sat, Satya, Satyam. These words are used, truth. So how is this personality? What is this personality? That is more important than the word itself. So before we get into the personality, to understand any personality in this world, to actually understand and have respect or have appreciation. So, for relationship building or for any sort of inspiration, for me to, um, you know, try and learn from someone else or be inspired by someone else requires few things within my consciousness. One is that sorry, did I say will? Faith. Yeah. One is faith. Good. So one is faith. One is respect and appreciation. So if I appreciate a personality, when there is appreciation, then it is very common and very easy for me to be like them. If there is appreciation. I cannot be like someone through force, no matter how many times someone says. But if I deeply appreciate, then there is naturally understanding. Relationship is built. So maybe I'll, yeah. So to to have appreciation, there is a prerequisite. To have appreciation, there has to be little, work done, some sort of work to be done in the area that they work in. So, for example, for me to appreciate the life of a nurse, I have to have some medical understanding. So the day I have, taken care of someone, day and night, full time, from that day I can appreciate and understand and respect a nurse. Without that, genuinely I cannot appreciate. For a child, they have no appreciation. They cannot have that appreciation. Or for anyone who hasn't done 5% of what a nurse does, then there cannot be genuine respect, genuine appreciation. They may say yes, yes, she's hardworking, she's like that, but you can feel that real understanding is not there. It's just at the level of words. So about God also, whole world is appreciating God in different ways, saying a lot of things. God is highest on high and this and that. But for genuine appreciation and respect, I have to have some experience in his area. Yeah. So, for example, if in my neighborhood there is a you know dean of Deakin University or Melbourne University, he's living there as a dean, but I don't know what is the life of a dean. I am a normal, I have my, normal qualification and normal life. So what I can see, when I look at him, what I can observe is that he is a nice man, he's a nice citizen, comes on time, leaves at time, it looks after his kids. So my definition of um, how good he is based on what I do. If I am looking after my kids, so that is what I want to look in, for you as well. That is what I see. Are you looking after your kids? And that is how we appreciate. But the day I, you know, become a professor, or if I'm even just training, just studying to be a professor, just doing a degree, from that day I can understand genuinely that what it is like, it is like to be a dean, or for a physician, scientist. We all can really be amazed by a scientist, but till I have little understanding of science, I cannot genuinely appreciate a scientist. I will see the scientist as, he's good, he parks his car in the right way. That's my understanding. But for what he does, if I have little understanding of science, then I know he's a scientist. For he's dedicated his life in science. So that is where real relationship can start, real appreciation and real respect. Otherwise, the real appreciation is not there. Real respect is not there. So some experience, or we will say some knowledge in that specific area. So for God's prime area is truth. So central part of this personality is truth. So little knowledge of, little effort in this direction, then I can genuinely respect this personality. So personality of God, um, seeing the entire drama and different characters, different personalities, yet has equal love for all the souls, equal love and compassion and acceptance of all the characters, and deep love for all the souls. That is why it is unconditional, because it is not based on the role that you're playing. So if I take that approach, the little experience and effort in this direction, then I can also connect with this personality. So for you know the supreme friend, how do you spell friend? Is it I or E? So supreme friend, the first thing that we adapt, the little effort where it begins, it starts at what you know she, what he knows. So what does this personality know? What is it that he knows? What does he know? Everything. Yeah, what comes in everything? What does he know? No, but that unconditional love is because of a knowing. Yeah, paras intellect. And because of that paras intellect, God is the only entity who constantly knows this drama as a drama, you know, knows this land to be a temporary and not my world. Yeah? Constant awareness, not even for a second that it disappears. Constant awareness that this is a guest house, this world is a physical, physical world. So this is what he knows, what he, sees. So what he sees the story as nothing more than a story. The characters as nothing more than a character. Someone role as a role. So there is nothing more than that. He doesn't see anything more than that. So this is what he sees. And he also sees that all the souls are safe and they are beyond harm, and the role is going on, character play is going on, but all the souls are very safe, very secured, they are not to blame for anything. That is what he sees. So he sees the real personalities and also the masks. Yeah, and he doesn't mix the two. So he thinks, his thinking is from the soul, perspective. So thinking has, it doesn't have any expectation. Yeah, it doesn't have any desire to change anybody. So that is his thinking. And what he feels. So that is why feelings are, always benevolent, feelings are loving, feelings are silent, silent being. Feeling is always bliss. No matter what is shown on the screen, feeling is doesn't get disturbed. Feeling is constant happiness, constant bliss, constant compassion, constant love, and freedom. That is the feeling. So Sat Chit Anand, Anand Swarup. So that is the feeling. And it starts from what he knows. Yeah, so he knows clear difference of the real world and the real world. And he's never mixing it. When we mix the two worlds, that is where our knowing and seeing and thinking and feeling, all of that is impacted. So when I spend little time to know what he knows, to see as how he sees, to think as how he thinks, to feel as how he feels, then I can genuinely appreciate this personality. And I can have a real relationship with the personality. So when I spend, even 1 minute in the feeling that he is in, constantly, then I will have respect for this authority, this, personality. If I spend 1 minute, but if I haven't spent, I have no idea of what truth is, then I have no respect. There outside I can, create thali and do some puja, but really there nothing shifts. So this is the, highest and the most divine personality. So the beauty is that every soul is as every invisible, traveler is as powerful as the supreme being. Power is the same, between both, but one has the nature to forget his power, other one doesn't. That is what differentiates between God and all the souls, that he can never forget. He will never forget who he is. He can never get deceived. He will not get confused. And every other soul apart from the, God is can forget, can be deceived, can think of this drama as my world and start owning and start claiming. But this supreme friend will never be confused, will never own a single atom of this world. Will never own a single atom from this box. Always seeing this as a story. That is the difference. So is this clear? Even from here, any comments, any questions?
Why do you fall into being?
The friend, the role of a friend, we have all the relationships with this being because the one is in truth. The soul has all the relationships, but a friend relationship of a friend is, equal. So it's just just to use that language. If we use any other relationship, then it creates a difference, high and low, and how can I, even think of what he feels and how can I feel that. So that because we have so many um, perceptions, that is why we are using this relationship of a friend. But also, in all honesty, the friend is the one who pulls you out of danger and pulls you out of any sort of troublesome situation that you are in. So he plays that role. In for each one, he has that role of a friend. Sure. Also a parent, but a friend. Nice to use that. It's a neutral relationship. And it emphasizes the fact that the souls and the supreme soul is equal. There's no difference. But difference is there because of forgetting. Any comments from online or here?
I'm just absorbing everything you're saying.
That's
And
nice.
yes, it's just like I'd love to. Can you see me?
Yes.
Yeah, I'd love to feel blissful all the time, but I don't know. How can you do that? How can you feel, happy all the time? And, it
Yeah.
just sounds really good to, have good feelings all the time. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
Once we have that aim, then it is possible. Then we get the support from everywhere. Once you have that aim, so
Yeah.
it's as easy to have an aim, and then you get the right support.
Yeah. So you think that is possible?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
Possible.
okay. I will try.
Yeah. Interesting. So it's very, very, courageous to have that aim. Very. So this, there is a, yeah. So this is the, feelings depend on, our knowing, so knowledge. So every feeling that we have is, it is not, not just saying, love everyone, forgive everyone, but you have the knowledge of, how, why, to start with why. So every feeling is backed up by knowledge, wisdom. So the wisdom here is that souls have just come here and they are playing roles. Just like in a movie, if I'm creating, we are creating a story or play of Cinderella, there is no logic why we choose, Seema as the Cinderella. It's just, certain roles have to be played, and who fits the, who can play that role well. That is only criteria. So someone has to play the ugly sister, someone has to play the stepmother, but personally, they are not like that. When you get to know them, Seema is not like, Cinderella, and she's not like sometimes many actors, they say that the role they played, they are nothing like that role, the opposite to that role. So it's the same here. Souls are independent from the roles they are playing. They are not replicating their inner world in that role. So when we know that, then our feelings are of love and compassion and forgiveness.
So, but isn't it dependent on the actions of that soul in a certain lifetime? Like, they say the reason in this life we are here in this particular setup is because we might have done something in the past and incurred that debt to karma.
Yeah, karma. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, tomorrow I think not tomorrow, but next week we take that lesson, law of karma. Tomorrow is more on friend and enemy, but next week we will discuss law of karma. Even for, law of karma, to what we can say now is that, um, yeah, to an extent, we can say that, someone is playing this role because they may have some attributes, but when you completely see the souls and their personality, then it's different than any role they are playing. So, anyways, we'll come to that in next week. Yeah. So, but this is what, the supreme being, he knows this, and this is what he sees, and this is what he thinks, and this is what he feels. So all the positive feelings, uh, elevated feelings are based on wisdom, based on intelligence. Yes.
Mhm. Mhm. So I think, going back to the question I asked before, so if you need a friend, and if I'm having this difficulty detaching myself, will he help me
Yeah,
as a friend?
yeah. But the help is, yeah, definitely. The help is there. Someone has asked that, if a supreme friend is a friend, then will he help detaching? The help is based on sharing the wisdom that is there. So how is, one soul detached completely is because of something he knows a secret. Like a child is watching a movie and he's crying constantly, horror movie, but an adult is not crying because he knows the secret that it's a movie. So same way, once this adult, shares with me that this is a movie and this is not real, that that sharing of knowledge itself has helped me. I don't need any further help. Yeah. So his help, the friend helps through clarity. And that is why he shares what he knows. What is the clarity? So the clarity is that this picture that we draw, that this world is a story world, and this is a stage, performance is going on, and this is the home is separate. So this is the clarity. That stage has performance, but beyond the stage, backstage, reality is different. So the secret is revealing stage and the sky. Huge difference, between the stage and the sky. So this is the secret. Once you know this secret, all the feelings, everything change.
Like one more question. Do we have the power to control the actions on the stage, like or the next steps on the stage? Or is it all part of a preset play that we have to play the role only?
Yeah. Do we have the option to, change the actions in the stage, or is it preset? That's the question. So we it is, like any performance, it is preset. You can use the word predestined. So performance is predestined. What he's going to say and what she's going to say and how she's going to fall and whatever, that is all preset, predestined. However, our thoughts are not predestined. So the way I take it is never predestined. So inner world is where absolute freedom kicks in. That is why all our work is this level. So even even the next hour, it is preset. Yeah. So what will happen in this. Yeah. So yeah, but it is happening at the level of, Peter. But if I am free from Peter, then um, I don't have any expectations. Hence, my inner world is, Peter can get stuck in a traffic, and plan was to reach there at 9 a.m., but it's 10 a.m. and another hour late. There is an interview, and I won't make it on time. So yeah, that is part of the movie. But throughout that delay, soul has the option to choose experience. Am I going to experience this panic and this anxiety, fear, future, or I have this very clear understanding that this is a play going on. So yeah, less yeah, there is, control in that sense is not there. However, also, when we discuss law of karma, when the more the soul is stabilizing in higher experiences, elevated experiences, then it also is more deserving to get those sort of scenes. So like we are saying, it's preset, predestined. But if I am at this level, then I need scenes of at this level, of this caliber. Yeah. But if I am at this level, then I will also get scenes. I get deserving. I am deserving to get those sort of scenes. So it's yeah.
Is that also predestined or?
Yeah, we can say that in that sense, if I'm the choice is here, but ultimately, if I look back, then obviously it is all predestined. But right now, when I choose that experience, then it doesn't feel like, none of us feel like I am making a robotic choice. Yeah, yeah, when in the present moment, I will always feel that nobody is controlling me. Yeah, that's the beauty of inner world. But any external act or dialogue of anyone else, anybody else, or this role, that is really predestined. Yeah. But my reaction to it, I will have, full free will. I have complete free will over what I think, what I see it as, what I know here. So these four things, this is where my free will is. So what I know in this situation, how I see this situation, how I think about this, how I feel about it, this is all where the work is. So this is free will. So free will is to step back from the failure of Peter, not getting the job. So no, I'm not. I don't have a compulsion to feel like a failure. Yeah. So Peter failed or Peter lost a job, but there is no compulsion to feel that. The choice is here to know, to see, to think, to feel the secret. So free will, in the sense, when we talk about the story, then everyone, sometimes people say, what is the, then I have no control. So if my understanding of I is Peter, yeah, Peter has no control. But I am not Peter, I am soul. I have full control to step back emotionally, to step out. So then to expect a certain outcome from Peter is not needed. He can go on. So that is the
To elaborate this question further, probably so that I understand better, the scene here is probably Peter got into a raffle with someone, that was
Yeah.
a quarrel.
Yeah.
And that's why he went to the exam and then he flunked because his mind was
Yes.
not in the right state.
not said.
But when you're saying that you are already at the elevated consciousness, then probably I'll not get affected by that quarrel being Peter. And still I'll go to my exam and not flunk it. Is that what you're saying? Because
Yeah,
flunking is
That can happen.
yeah,
That can. Yeah, that can. Yeah. But the ultimate, rule of the story, whatever happens on the story, is that whatever has happened in the story was good, whatever is happening is good, and whatever will happen is also good, only when you see this as a story. Yeah. So that feeling can only be present when I see this as a story. So in all of our life, without this knowledge, also, a lot of things have happened in the role, yeah, in the level of character and the role. But I've met people who say that I wouldn't want it any other way. whatever has happened so far, all the highs and the lows, I think I would want it this way. Yeah, once it's over, once the low scene is over, once the high scene is over, all the souls are naturally contented with whatever has happened. So now when we have the knowledge, we have the clarity, they might not have the clear knowledge why they feel this way, but clear, having that clarity that it is really a, stage performance and it's a live theater. So even the next hour is, predestined. The next day is also predestined. But for me to be completely contented with that scene, right now I have to see this as a scene, right now, not after 2 hours, but right now. So the more I am, seeing this as a play, as a movie, then whatever decision I have to take, the right decision will come because it's already there. Na? That is why this phenomena of deja vu. Have you heard deja vu? So what happens in deja vu is that sometimes we get glimpses of experiences where this has happened exactly as it is. You're sitting with someone and you feel that exactly, I don't know where it happened, but in my dream or somewhere. So this deja vu, all the souls, when you are awakened, then this deja vu experience, when it happens, when you feel like you've seen this exactly as it is, then you don't feel boring that, oh, I've seen this exact. In fact, you get so enthusiastic about it, like, oh, I've seen exactly like this. So these are moments of some awakened consciousness. So when the soul is always in this state, higher consciousness, then every second you have already seen it, but enthusiasm is 100%. So it's not boring, oh, I have already seen this. It's actually, oh, I've seen this exactly. How many times have I seen it? So it brings a lot of happiness, this thing, that it's a play, it's a drama. Right now we may, from the ego perspective, it may feel, oh, it's just predestined. But actually, just like the deja vu experience for 1 second, it's the same happiness, forever. So in the same second you feel um, nothing new is happening. So you're not, anxious or panic or anything, But at the same time, for that particular second, you feel that, you have completely new eyes. So you seeing this second, you have no previous perceptions, no past ideas being carried or projected into this scene. So your eyes are new. Yeah. But in your heart, there is no fear, there is no anxiety because there's nothing new that is happening. There's something that you've done over and over again, like driving a car or swimming, then you don't have fear. Yeah, because you've done it so many times. So at the level of Peter, any sort of low scene or any negative scene, you know it's going to pass. There's nothing new that is happening.
So is this why you said all the souls are as powerful as God?
Hmm.
Like in the previous slide,
Yeah.
you said we are also
As powerful. Yeah. Power in the sense, power to step back. Every soul is as powerful as God to step back. When it comes about stepping back from Peter, every soul has 100% power to step back from Shakti, to step back from Ananya. This soul has 100% power. It's just a matter of using it. And it really will appear as a play going on. It's nothing of it. But there is more to understand. As we said, predestined, but free will lies here. Free will lies here. And also, we don't know what is destined, right? Like we don't know what is in the next hour. So, but just this thought that whatever happened has, um, it's already there. I don't have to worry about it. So what is going to happen will happen, but I don't know it yet. So there is also that curiosity of what will happen. Yeah, you want to look forward to it. So at the same time it's predestined, but also I don't know what is predestined. So we came here to perform a role. Can we change the role? Yeah. So priority is to step back from the role. Priority is to live my life not as that role. So that is the mission. Does it get changed? We cannot ask the question, can I change the role? Because I don't know what the role is. It is predestined, but I don't know. So for me, be it predestined, not be predestined, it's one and the same thing. So we cannot, in this, spiritual, context, we have less, probability of using the word like change, because change is applicable where I know what is happening. Then I can say I'm changing it. But how do I know what am I changing? I don't know the role. So that's why this is a very powerful point. Anytime, experiment as a traveler, as a guest, experiment for anything that you are worried and you are, constant, you're not able to stop your thoughts. This point that it is a performance, and all the scenes, just like any performance, it's absolutely predestined. I have no worry. I have I cannot worry about something that is going to happen. And in fact, let me, look forward to what is going to happen. So the expectations, the desires, and the control changing, all of that, stops. And this is the right attitude. Then you will see that whatever situation comes, this right attitude emerges the best in you. Yeah. It emerges the best in you, and you put yourself in a position to observe the best scenes. You become deserving of the best scenes. So it's a little bit ironical, while it's predestined, while it's um, just like any other movie, 3 hour movie, no matter how many times you play it, it's going to be the same. Yet we don't know what is going to be played. We don't know the movie. So that ways, just this point that I no need to worry, no need to be desperate. All the scenes, the soul has passed through it. Soul has the power to pass through any scene. So that is one thing. The main mission is to change my perspective, not the role, but the perspective. So when someone is not able to visualize and experience the only creating thought while using paras intellect will help. Yes. So we only have to create right thoughts. Thoughts of, these thoughts. This is using the paras. So creating the right thoughts is using the paras intellect, divine intellect. Creating the thoughts of truth. Any questions from you?
So back to the stage, like the role is going on how we previously said that we just have to be in a state of acceptance, whatever is happening. But if we are in a situation where someone mistreats us, or sometimes it can be threatening, just a very crude example, if somebody is hitting someone and to protect, they can hit back. So how does acceptance apply in this situation? Like, to what extent can we accept what the other is doing, be it emotional harm, physical harm,
Yeah.
those sort of things, as part of the play going on?
Yeah. No. Yeah. I think for something to, a scene to go to that extent, of, let's say, physical abuse, for a scene or the play to go to that extent where the role is, physically being beaten, even at that time, with knowledge, 100% bliss and happiness is possible with knowledge and with stepping back. But we if there is this clarity beforehand, before for this scene to go this far, if someone, let's say that someone is being, some character is being bullied, at some, just verbally, there is some bullying happening. But with the right knowledge, with the right attitude that this is a role going on, there is no, all the souls, this soul, firstly, the soul that is uh, experiencing this sort of bullying, first to understand that this is not bullying of me. This is just something said about this character, and this character is never me. So the more I make it small in my head, then with this, it does not need to go into that next step of physical, abuse. If I can make it small right here, then this scene will not be enlarged into such a, horror scene. So how every soul, has slept, so let's say that each soul has come into this physical world, and this physical world is temporary, right? Everything is temporary. So the soul is sleeping, while in this physical world, it is completely in a sleep stage. So in a sleep stage, what happens? You get dreams, you get dreams, and someone is chasing you or something is happening. But when you wake up, you realize, oh, it was just a dream. Nothing is real. Same thing. This, if you open your eyes, then you see that very little relevance of what is happening. But the more you are sleeping, we create a nightmare out of that dream. Initially, you get dreams, but then after a time, dreams become nightmare. The more you go into that sleeping stage. So, to the extent the soul is sleeping, external situations have to um, create that much level of pain to wake me up. So how it works, this is what we'll see in law of karma, that why these sort of situations happen, and for whom, like why there is difference between different situations and lives of different people, different experiences. So it really depends on how much you are sleeping. If you wake up before that time, then you don't need to go to that extent. Even if the scene does go to that extent of physical beating or whatever, then still the soul has that option. And I personally, know of many uh, souls who have been in that position and who have, practiced very well, and their experience has been really, very happy, very blessed. It doesn't matter what has happened physically, and it has turned around the situation. It has created some realization, and it has created a lot of change in others because of this mentality. But yeah, bottom line is that the more you are awake, you don't, that because of that knowledge and clarity, it's those sort of scenes you less unlikely to occur. You have that clarity, when to stop, what to say, because spirituality is also understood as, being a doormat sometimes. When you just be so good, so good, how can you have a brain? Sometimes I'm people at work or in different situations, they know that these are some meditators. So if you talk some sense like normal, they get shocked. How do you have a brain? So it's, you're expected to, not get promotion. You just say it, be happy with whatever there is. So there is that. But to be able to say at the right time, to be able to stand up, that comes with clarity. You don't need to learn it, but with spirituality, you have that um, natural intuition. So you are guided by intuition, not by what others tell you, do this, get it, your way, apply this trick, so all of that is not needed. But with spiritual knowledge, spiritual wisdom, you know how to operate in the world, wisely, smartly. So yeah, any other very much questions?
This is maybe a beautiful point you made. Like you always get the intuition of doing the right thing or doing the right actions.
Yeah.
Otherwise, even I was under those people in that meditators are just they easily get to.
Yeah. Some many times it has happened that people who are meditating and clarity, because your desire to leave control, that starts. So when you leave control, like when you stop controlling others around you, then naturally what happens is that others cannot control you. They may try to, but it will not happen, because if you are dependent, then they are dependent. But even you don't control, others don't. So sometimes, people have come back saying that, no, she's meditating, but now she's more confident and she's more like this, and now she's speaking up. Now she says this. What are you learning in meditation? Are you learning this? So because it is basically clarity on how to waste less time, all the unnecessary things start to be removed. And a usual understanding of meditation is that you will just become a yes person to everything. You are meditating, so you have the power, and you have the power, but is it needed? Is it needed? Sometimes if you have to say no, you can say no without hurting anyone, without any intention to harm them, to hurt them. But yeah, no and yes, all of that is just small details. But ordinary understanding is that meditator means you will become constantly mad, and people can. So that is not wisdom, right? That is not wisdom. Wisdom is being wise at all fronts. So, yeah. Please, let's create some time for these minutes. We allow the full use of Paras intellect, full usage of divine intellect. With this divine intellect, the entire stage and the entire play is seen as a story. Just like you read a book, you read a story, and you can decide to close the book, close the story anytime. You can keep the book at the bookshelf and go for a walk. Same here. The invisible divine star, the invisible observer, is seeing the story 24/7, is witnessing a story. The option is always there to close the storybook. And closing the storybook is the highest consciousness, is the highest jump that one can take internally. So when you close the storybook, no thoughts of the story, just for 2 minutes, no thoughts. The supreme friend, who is also a tiny point of light, just like all the souls. Supreme soul is a tiny point of light, always shining bright in the supreme sky. And the beauty is, he has no thoughts of the story. Natural understanding that story is a story. Just like you read a book and you close the book, you read another book. Same way, this entire drama, you're part of it. That's good. You can come out of it as well. Coming out of the story is opening the eyes using the parasintellect. When you use the parasintellect, all appear as stars. All are stars. All are harmless. No one can harm you. No one has the intention to harm, and all are beyond harm. They are harmless, just like a newborn kitten. Newborn kitten is harmless. That's why everyone likes the kitten. Same way, all the invisible stars, they are harmless. This is the home. This is the beautiful world of all the souls. It is the home of Supreme Friend. This is the home of God. This is the home of all the souls. They are all simple. Truth is simple. Truth is beautiful. Souls are very simple. They are divine. This invisible star is lucky, is happy. Has immense clarity. Now, when it comes back into the story world, he sees the story as a story. He's not shocked by anything, he's not fearful or anxious, free from all these emotions. A wonderful story is going on. Every character is contributing to the story. All the scenes are under the law of change. Every page will turn. No scene in this drama lasts forever. It changes, the page will turn. That's how it is. It's wonderful. Not a problem with what happens in the story, even with the role, whatever happens, it's not a problem. Soul is immortal, soul is harmless, it is beyond harm. Nothing ever happens to the soul. No one can harm the real divine star. Sure.